Morning. Today is Friday. Friday. It's Sunday. Sunday, July 5th. Friday. I don't know. What am I even saying? Crystal Visions Tarot. We're going to do that one from Jennifer Galasso today. The pronunciation on the goddess who came up for us yesterday was Anya. She's a fertility goddess, so kind of jiving with that Empress card that came up in the middle of yesterday's reading. If you want to look back at that, go ahead and take a look. It might make sense to you today. Whenever these readings find you, it's the right time, no matter the date. Okay, obviously. Like, share, subscribe on any of the platforms. Two of Wands is coming out for us today. We'll pull 3 cards. This is a reading for the collective. It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Second card coming out, 6 of Cups. If you want your own private reading, you can direct message me on any of those platforms. And like, share, subscribe. That makes sure that this message gets out just into the world in general. Commentary on how these energies are working for you or what you see coming up is always interesting to everybody, and gets the conversation going and just, gets these messages out. And if you have somebody who you think might directly need to hear it, share it to them. Take what you like, leave the rest. Some things may resonate, some things don't have anything to do with you. But pick out, the things that that's what the opportunity of Tarot does. It gives us Ace of Pentacles. Opportunity to artistically and symbolically make sense of the energies that we're experiencing and meditate, right? So 2 of Wands, 6 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. That's what we have. 6 of Cups is the central card of the reading, and then the 9 of Pentacles comes up for us at the bottom of the deck. So that's the second time that came up a few days ago. 2 of Wands. Let's see here. Two of Wands, collaborating, deciding on how we want to move, what kind of actions we want to take, who we want to work with, embarking on a journey. 6 of Cups, yeah. There's some nostalgia. There is the 6s are about give and take, about balance. Ace of Pentacles is coming up as well. So there's a new venture, and that's been clear. That's been coming up. Mercury is still in retrograde in the sign of Cancer, so some of this nostalgia, some of this looking back at the tender parts of ourselves. I love how I feel that the inner child. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think somehow that has been overused and maybe a little misunderstood, that terminology for the very tender young parts of ourselves that get hurt easily, or maybe parts of us that maybe we don't understand super well, because they were, they're just parts of us that maybe we've buried, are coming to light. I love how in this particular card, the chalice that is being offered to the older, wiser version of ourselves by this young person is offering some enlightenment of understanding of understanding a part of our spirit that previously may have acted up. But this is a very sweet little child, but she's coming up from the depths. So this is understanding. I'm noticing the moon, the crescent moon, over the head of the older person in this, and again, she's giving a cup of enlightenment and offering, something, some piece of information in order for us to move into that divine, higher, wiser self. So when we're coming up with an opportunity to act in a particular way. So remember we had that Knight of Wands in yesterday's card, but he was a knight and he was up in the stars. Like, again, going for those higher ideals that the major arcana. So going for those higher ideals on the day-to-day basis, continuing to practice and pursue better ways of showing our passion, rather than, sometimes we express ourselves in ways that are, we express our emotions, again, those tender parts of ourselves, in ways that don't come across in the best interest of anybody, including ourselves. And that we aren't showing up as our best. But he was in the stars. So now we're coming to the Two of Wands. So again, we're trying to, kind of how to tame our dragon, to move forward in ways that are, in actionable ways that do get us where we want to go, to collaborate well with the people around us, to cultivate our friendships and cultivate a better friendship with ourself, into a higher, to that higher white, and showing up in that higher wiser self that we want to be, towards those types of ideals, and to continue to grow even higher versions of ourselves. And so the Ace of Pentacles is here as well to support that. And so you have these dryads, figures. I don't know if you can make those out in this card, who are, these are two, there's a male and a female here, and they're building something in the material world. It's just something that's getting started. It's an investment. There is something of value here to the, these into what you're building. And it does take collaboration. So we have, like, basically, even though this is the Ace of Wands, excuse me, we have, there's two characters in this ace. And there's only one here, but it's a Two of Wands. So, combining with that, and there's two people in this card as well. So going from this kind of like, even, and there's, so, and in this card, I see one is a dragon and one is a person. So it's kind of like corralling those, dragon parts of ourselves into something that's a little more beguiling, like a child. Instead of looking at something like a dragon that has to be conquered, looking at something as it with more of an innocent eye, and coming back away from the blame, shame, and the veils that we sometimes look through, that are from those hurt parts of us as children, and can turn things into monsters and dragons. So instead of things being monsters and dragons, maybe you can work with the monsters and dragons within yourself, as well as what might be showing up in people around you. Because when we have a better understanding about those, again, those demons within, we stop demonizing the people around us or the situations around us, and then we can move forward in ways that are a new beginning. And and feel good about the way that we're showing up, and feel like our life is abundant, and coming back to that and remembering that there isn't anything to worry about, that we do have an abundant life, right here in what we've cultivated. King of Cups is here. So this is a great read. But again, I think it's coming away from, let's befriend those parts of ourselves. Let's collaborate better with ourselves so we can move forward, and we're looking at people with the eyes of love, and something that we cherish, and something that we actually want to take care of, and take that piece forward to get here. So I think that's all I need to say. I've kind of oversaid it a little bit. Sorry about that, but hope this makes sense for you. And I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon.